Imagine just sitting in your living room when all of a sudden the earth starts to shake and vibrate. People who live in Panama experience this almost daily. Panama, a little country on the southern border of Central America, was struck with an earthquake on Monday that could have potentially destroyed most of the country. The earthquake was measured at a 6.6. Earthquakes are measured on a 1 to 10 Richter scale, which I will explain in more depth later. Earthquakes happen daily and affect not only the place where it is hit, but also the entire world. The condition and value of the country decreases by a large amount until it is back in its functional state. Bordered by Colombia and Costa Rica, Panama is a narrow country surrounded mostly by water. The earthquake that hit Panama on Monday luckily struck right off the shore. It caused no damage and no one was injured. The only negative that the earthquake brought was a couple days of dirty beaches full of ocean debris. This is the biggest earthquake that has ever hit Panama. Although Panama's neighboring country of Costa Rica was hit with an earthquake measuring 8.0, that was in 1868. This particular earthquake killed at least 100 people and damaged most of Costa Rica and some of Panama. If this earthquake had hit the land, it would have caused a ton more damage and possibly a ton of deaths. The Richter scale that I mentioned earlier is a basic scale labeled 1 to 10 to measure the magnitude of an earthquake. Magnitude is defined as being the size, extent, or importance of something. It is also defined as being the number that shows the power of an earthquake. An arbitrary scale represents this.
A Richter scale is used to measure the magnitude of an earthquake. 9 and above, it causes complete devastation and a large-scale loss of life. In 8.0, very few buildings are able to still be standing after an earthquake like this occurs. Bridges fall, underground pipes burst, railroads bend, large rocks move on their own, some smaller objects like cars are tossed into the air, and some objects are swallowed up by the earth. A 7.0, when an earthquake like this occurs, it's hard to keep your balance. The ground cracks, road shakes, it weakens the buildings, the weak buildings fall down, other buildings are badly damaged. A 6.0, pictures fall off the walls in your house, furniture moves, and in some buildings the walls may crack. 5.0, if you're in a car, it may feel like you're rocking back and forth. Glasses and dishes, they rattle in your house and windows can break. 4.0, buildings shake a little and it feels like a truck is passing by your house. 3.0, you may notice this quake if you're standing still or upstairs in the house. A hanging object like a model airplane, it is more than likely going to be swaying. A 2.0, trees sway, small ponds may ripple, doors swing slowly, but you can't really tell that it's an earthquake that's happening. And a 1.0, you cannot feel these earthquakes at all.
Earthquakes are defined as the shaking of a part of the Earth's surface that causes great damage. Earthquakes happen usually from friction or collision of the tectonic plates beneath the Earth's surface. The crust of the Earth, which lies deep beneath us, causes the compulsive shaking of the Earth's surface. The Earth's major earthquakes occur mainly around the areas in which margins between tectonic plates are located. We call these areas the belts. The Circum-Pacific Belt, which includes New Zealand, New Guinea, Japan, Alaska, and the western coast of North and South America. The Alpine Belt, which passes through the Mediterranean region and goes up towards Asia, along with many islands in the Arctic, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans. The largest earthquake ever recorded occurred off the coast of Chile in 1960. The earthquake measured at a 9.5 on the Richter scale. Despite the earthquake's large magnitude and very widespread violent shaking, there are reports of no injury and no damage, as I mentioned before. Panama is known for its earthquake zone, officially named the Panama Fracture Zone. This zone is frequently hit with earthquakes ranging from 1 to 8. Hopefully Mother Nature will cooperate in the future and keep poor little Panama up and running.